A story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea.
The Beverly Hillbillies was one of the most successful sitcoms in television history. The critics gave the Clampett Clan a thumbs down, but America fell in love with them immediately. The Beverly Hillbillies ran on CBS for 9 years, ending in 1971, still a top 20 show. Buddy Ebsen played Jed Clampett, the head of the Klan, the man who started it all when he found oil. And America, on their television sets, found gold. A middle-aged Broadway actress named Irene Ryan played the ancient moonshine-swigging granny, while Donna Douglas stole America's heart as the critter-loving Ellie Mae. And Max Baer Jr. played the lovable lug with a 6th grade education, Jethro Bodine. Hi, I'm Jerry Springer. Jed, Ellie Mae, and Jethro are here with us today. So now it's our turn to offer them a heaping helping of our hospitality right here at the Palace of Fine Arts in the San Francisco Bay Area. You all come back now, you hear? And the head of the Clampett Clan, a true show business legend, please welcome Mr. Buddy Ebsen!
Yeah. What?
Oh. As much talent as we've ever had on our stage at one time. I hope this doesn't sound sexist, but you're absolutely beautiful, Donna. You have a... Do you still feel like you're Ellie Mae?
Well, Ellie Mae was like a slice out of my life, so she's sort of done this somewhat. I'm a little bit hoarse today, but I couldn't get away from it. I mean, so in my case, it was a joy to do Ellie. You know, it was really, yeah.
Let's say it like it is. You were the sex symbol of the show, you know. To America, you were this just...
Maybe it's because I love critters, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next to you, Buddy Ebsen, and I have nothing but the utmost respect. I mean, you are one of the great performers in America's 20th century. Yeah. And as a little kid, I know your credits go forever, but the first time I saw you as a child, you were the sidekick to Davy Crockett, to Fess Parker. Do you remember when Walt Disney put on the Davy Crockett? Yeah. And then, of course, Barnaby Jones. Let me ask you this question. When we were just talking to Max, Max was talking about how that one character that he played, in effect, kept him locked up, and you had trouble getting in other roles. You've played it all. How do you account for the fact that you could play all these different roles of different kinds of characters?
Well, I had to. You see, I had 6 children, and they all had expensive tastes.
You were the original Tin Man.
True.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't come to this talk show and not learn something you didn't know before, but you want to tell the people why you didn't stay being the Tin Man?
Well, I'll have to get up to do it because I'll have to demonstrate.
Go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Buddy Ebsen.
Well, originally, I was not supposed to be the Tin Man. I was supposed to be the Scarecrow. And then a wonderful dancer named Ray Bolger came on the lot. And he had been doing the Scarecrow dance in vaudeville for years, so he was a natural for the part, so they switched. They made me the Tin Man. Well, the first problem was the wardrobe. The wardrobe department had never made a tin suit before. So on the theory that tin means tin, they made me one out of stovepipe. Now, just between you and me, there's very little stretch in stovepipe. Especially in the southern regions of the suit.
Yes.
So there I was in the suit for the first time, and the MGM brass sitting out front to be shown, and the director said to me, "Walk." So I walked. I sounded like a junk wagon coming down a bumpy road. And he said, "Dance." So I did a little dance. And he said, "Do a big step." So I did a hitch kick. And almost gave myself an ad-lib sex change. So I yelled in pain, explained to the director, and he said, "Get him out of there. The part doesn't call for a soprano." Anyway, the next problem was the makeup. Got me in the studio at 8 o'clock in the morning. They glued a rubber cap over my hair, glued on a rubber nose, a rubber chin, covered the whole thing with clown white, and then took a giant step in the wrong direction. They powdered me with aluminum dust. Very finely ground aluminum dust. Well, after you work on a picture for 10 days, they powdered you maybe a dozen or 2 dozen times a day. Stuff gets in the air, you're going to breathe some of it. I breathed enough to coat my lungs with it. I collapsed. They took me to the hospital. I spent 6 weeks in the Good Samaritan Hospital under an oxygen tent. And that is the story of my short visit to the land of Oz.
We'll be back with more wonderful stories about the Beverly Hillbillies when we return. If you just joined us, we got a great show going. We are here in beautiful San Francisco, and we have this wonderful reunion of one of the great shows of television in the 60s and early 70s, and it's still on and repeats forever. Beverly Hillbillies. We got them all here today with us. All right. Let's go down memory lane. And we have here, I want to show a clip, and you can tell us what's going on in this clip, but this is a classic clip of Jed and Ellie Mae.
I'm ashamed of you. Running off from Miss Hathaway.
I didn't run away from Miss Hathaway.
What'd you climb up here for?
To cut a fork for that new store-bought slingshot she brought me.
Did she bring you a slingshot?
Fanciest thing you ever did see. Look at that.
Doggone. A store-bought, lace-trimmed, double-barrel slingshot.
Ain't it a doozy? I don't know how good I can aim it, but it'll sure throw a heap of rocks.